back tonight on the news at 5. Why the state surgeon for the Montana Army National Guard is rolling up his sleeve to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Plus,
I'm Tim McGonigal. For health-conscious consumers, there's a new option in town, and it's not your mama's nutrition. The story is coming up.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 5.
Happy Friday, and thanks for tuning in to the News at 5. I'm Jessica Nelson. Millions of frontline workers are receiving their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine this month. Assistant Chief of Staff at the Montana VA and State Surgeon for the National Guard, Dr. Bronson White, says he'll be proudly rolling up his own sleeve to get his shot next week. He sees this as another opportunity to serve and protect his patients and the community. White says there's been misinformation shared about the vaccine and strongly encourages people to talk to their own personal care provider about any concerns or questions they may have, rather than looking for the answers online.
I work in the emergency department, so we see it right there in front of our eyes at the early stages, but also the late stages. People will sometimes wait too long to come in and seek treatment.
White encourages anyone who needs medical help to seek it out. He also says issues could potentially turn into something life-threatening if you don't. A combination of state and locally reported data shows Montana's COVID-19 case topped 76,000 today. Close to 9,000 of those cases are active. 895 Montanans have died as a result of complications with the virus. Keep in mind, we are using numbers from local county health departments along with state figures because local county health departments may be alerted to cases before Montana DPHHS. Curtis Grevens is on vacation this week, so let's check in with Andy Curtis for a forecast update.
Got a whole lot more wind in our future the next couple of days across the state. Wind speeds, like we were saying yesterday, pushing 30, 40, 50, even 60 and 70 miles per hour in some areas. Of course, around the Rocky Mountain front and up north, Great Falls, Cut Bank, and Havre. We'll be seeing the worst of it up there, but it's going to be windy across the state. Winter weather advisory out to the west, portions of Kalispell, and up around Glacier, of course. They've been seeing a lot of snow on and off, of course, this entire week. Not so much snowy situation for the rest of us over here, but yeah, high wind warning. That's really going to kick into high gear tonight, and that's going to last through Sunday. Again, wind speeds very, very high, and I'll touch on that in the full forecast. So hold on to your hats with that wind coming through the next couple of days. But with the wind, warmer temperatures pushing 50 degrees on Sunday. And will we have a white Christmas? I'll tell you in the full forecast.
All right, thanks, Andy. After a one-week delay because of a lack of snow, Showdown Ski Resort is now open for the season. MTN's Coulter Anstadt spoke to skiers about carving up the slopes during the pandemic.
There was no shortage of people on the mountain at Showdown Ski Resort Friday.
I had a lot of fun last year. Stoked to do it again this year.
Everyone seemed to be fine with the changes in place due to the pandemic.
Any precautions they got to do for us to come back out here and start heading up the mountain.
How excited are you?
Really excited.
How much do you look forward to ski season every year?
A lot.
General Manager Katie Bodecker says the first few hours of opening day went smoothly.
People have been so excited to be back up here, and they're thanking us for getting open. They're thanking us for all the accommodations we've made for COVID. We were expecting a lot of pushback from our guests, but it hasn't been that way at all. People have been amazing.
Some of the changes include masks being required indoors and turning the parking area right outside the lodge into a seating area to encourage people to congregate outside instead of inside.
The main thing is to just rethink the whole ski experience.
At Showdown Ski Resort, Coulter Anstadt, MTN News.
Tomorrow, the annual food drive for the Great Falls Food Pantry will be held at the resort. If you donate 15 food items, you'll get a $15 lift ticket voucher. After a year of work, the Great Falls Wayfinding Plan is complete and ready to be implemented. MTN's Shannon Newth explains what it is and how it will look.
Simply put, wayfinding means providing directions and information about what a community has to offer and how to get there.
Signage is is the key to all of this.
The citywide directional program includes signage for both drivers and pedestrians to more than 40 destinations in town. Those include places like downtown, museums, golf courses, transportation hubs, government buildings, and more.
This one here is a version of a kiosk.
The 116-page wayfinding document includes these design images for 63 motor signs, 17 pedestrian signs, and up to 10 digital kiosks.
The digital kiosks will be a little bit more high tech, and they'll be in locations like the Civic Center and probably out on the fairgrounds and things of that nature. And folks will be able to have some interaction with those digital kiosks.
While the signs will help visitors navigate town, they'll also shed light on all the community has to offer.
For me, this is going to provide a huge boost in self-esteem for our community. And I see that because there are individuals who live here, who've lived here for years, who still don't know all of the amazing and wonderful assets we have to offer. And suddenly they're going to see a sign and say, wait, I didn't know about that. We need to go check that out.
Funding is coming from multiple sources since the signs are going up across the city. She's working to secure more funding and grants. The hope is to start putting the signs up in the spring. In Great Falls, Shannon Newth, MTN News.
The Great Falls Rescue Mission now has an extra $800, all thanks to a group of generous students. Foothills Community Christian Schools Student Council presented the money to the Great Falls Rescue Mission this morning. The students raised $400 in a bake sale last week. Prior to the bake sale, they agreed to use Student Council funds to match whatever they made and donate the total to the rescue mission.
There's different service projects that us as a student council like to do, and so you know, the rescue mission, we've always had a close partnership with Foothills, and it's always been close to our hearts. And it's just, you know, we know that they definitely have needs.
We provide a meal to somebody for $1.89. That's a lot of meals at $800, and for them to take it upon themselves to help us is just phenomenal.
The money will be used for meals and materials such as books for some of the rescue mission's programs. A nutritional alternative for workout warriors and health-conscious consumers has opened its doors in Great Falls. MTN's Tim McGonigal has the story of Not Your Mama's Nutrition.
With names like banana bread, brownie batter, and Hawaiian Delight, Not Your Mama's Nutrition has been serving up healthy shake and energy tea options since mid-November.
But it's really important for your body to have good nutrition and good overall inside your body health.
Owner Michelle Morris had the idea for the shop about 6 months ago. Feeling a need for offering healthy alternatives during a pandemic, she describes it as a family-friendly place with good vibes. Her business plan included visiting similar nutrition shops from Pennsylvania to Montana.
But it's really good. It's my personal favorite.
The store's location on the 900 block of 13th Avenue South was strategic. It offers easy access to medical facilities, colleges, and major gyms.
What's your favorite?
Nutter butter. Terrell Mitchell is a fitness buff and loyal customer who says Not Your Mama's Nutrition serves a dual purpose.
One, it's a new business in town. It's always good to support community businesses. And two, just like if you're into fitness, or even if you're not into fitness and you're just trying to have like a healthier version of like maybe like a drink you'd get in town, it'd be cool to come down here and just feel good about, get some energy or get some protein in.
London native and recent University of Providence graduate Alex Williams is a trainer at nearby Fit Republic, and he's a big fan of the shop's energy.
I teach class 5 a.m. over at the gym. This place opens up straight after, so you can come and grab a tea, grab a shake. Really good for your recovery straight after your workouts.
The store's energy teas are filled with B vitamins, helpful not only to exercise fanatics, but those hoping to maintain mental focus.
I know that I am also a college student. I'm in nursing school, and this is how I lived through studying through finals.
The store also has an app for people on the go and hopes to be part of DoorDash soon. In Great Falls, Tim McGonigal, MTN News.
Morris says the 1,200 square foot family and veteran-owned shop offers excellent Wi-Fi and has great family and study areas as well. Okay, when we come back, Andy will give us a full forecast update, and later we dive deeper into the protocol surrounding the Pfizer COVID vaccine. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few.
Welcome back, everybody, and happy Friday. Andy Curtis filling in for Curtis Grevenitz, and business is already starting to pick up around Great Falls. Wind speeds, 24 miles per hour, 36 mile per hour gusts right now. It's only going to go up from there, and if you go up from there, if you head north from Great Falls, you're going to be seeing wind speeds even higher. Of course, along the Rocky Mountain fronts, expect 60, 70 mile per hour winds over the next couple of days. It's going to be another windy weekend, so strap in. Down in the Helena area, 39 degrees right now, and the calm before the storm. Around Helena and that part of Montana, Lewistown, of course, and south of Helena, the wind will still be wind, and it will still be noticeable, but it won't be as bad as up north around Great Falls, Havre, and Cut Bank. Temperatures across the state above freezing for the moment. 38 in Bozeman, 39 in Helena, of course, 37 in Cut Bank, 38 in Havre. So not a bad way to end the work week. Temperatures are going to get a lot warmer than that, though, very unseasonably warm Saturday and Sunday. Fairly clear unless you're out on the west side of the Continental Divide. Winter weather watch and warnings are in the areas of Missoula, up in Kalispell. Very calm, though, as far as any snow or rain-snow mixture is concerned. Helena and around Townsend, Winston, of course, not seeing too much. On the west coast, though, seeing a good amount of rain and, surprisingly, seeing some rain out there and thunderstorms. So here's what we're looking like tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. No snow for the foreseeable future tonight, but tomorrow morning, very early, here it comes in. And if you're heading out to Missoula, that is, or Kalispell, be prepared to run into some of that sloppy snow because it's going to be coming down and cause some pretty iffy driving conditions. So give yourself plenty of time. As the day progresses, though, when we get into Saturday afternoon, the snow will still be coming and going, but it'll lighten up a little bit out west. Here, all we're going to be dealing with is that wind. Temperatures are going to jump up, and that wind is going to be blowing all day long, and even more so on Sunday. And Sunday, we're getting a little preview out here of what we can be expecting as far as that snow goes Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures still climbing on Sunday, wind still whipping around, blowing that snow. It's not really going to get much farther, though, as farther past the Continental Divide until Sunday turns into Monday. So Sunday afternoon, here's all the snow that we're really expecting. A good amount up around Kalispell. That's why they're under that winter weather advisory. You can see 6 plus inches, but right there, again, you can see it kind of stops right at the Continental Divide and doesn't get much farther this weekend. But this week, this upcoming week, that is, Monday into Tuesday, pretty widespread. Temperatures are still pretty warm, too warm for a good accumulation of snow on Monday. But Monday turns into Tuesday, and those temperatures take a pretty good nosedive. 10 degrees, even higher, lower than that in some areas. So we can see pretty widespread, good widespread snow across the state. Just be a couple of inches. Doesn't look like it's going to be a blizzard, and then it's out of here pretty quick Wednesday and Thursday. 7-day forecast for the Great Falls area. That wind is what we're really focusing on right now. Wind speeds 41 miles per hour tomorrow, 55 on Sunday, and then it calms down Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday. As those temperatures drop, 35 for the high on Tuesday, maybe even a little cooler. That's compared to 54 on Sunday. So big difference between Sunday and Tuesday as we make a little return to winter. Helena area, the wind's not as bad, but still pretty bad. 41 on Sunday and warm, 50 degrees. And just like everywhere else, expect some snow as we get into the work week.
The Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine requires a complex and precise procedure for it to work. One hospital agreed to show the process step by step. Take a look.
Before the needle even breaks the skin, strict protocol must be followed precisely.
We're going to take it from the -80 ultra-low storage. We're going to defrost it at refrigerator temperatures. That's going to give us 5 days of stability for the vaccine.
It's like something out of Mission Impossible.
We installed additional security cameras, and we have additional security protocols.
Erin Shaughnessy is the director of pharmacy at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago. She's charged with ensuring the vaccine is securely handled and properly prepped before it's injected.
We don't want to get close to that limit because we don't want to risk wasting any of the drug. This stuff is liquid gold right now.
That liquid gold must be stored at 80 below zero in a secure location only a few pharmacists have access to.
We have to take it out of the ultra-low freezer and move it to a refrigerator just to thaw for 3 hours.
Once thawed, it cannot be restored.
You can't put the medication back into the freezer. You have to use it or you're going to lose it. So once it's done thawing, it's going to have a 5-day refrigerated expiration.
Pfizer's vaccine protocol also requires the vaccine be protected from UV light, and the dilution must be gently inverted exactly 10 times. Shaken too hard, and it could go bad.
It's very specific. It's very, very specific.
That's when the clock starts ticking.
Once they're thawed and reconstituted, basically diluted down to make the actual doses, then that's when we have 6 hours on the clock going from that dilution point into someone's arm.
Each dose is recorded and logged. It's a symphony of procedures that must come together like clockwork.
It's a lift for a lot of hospitals, a lot of organizations, but I think it's a challenge that everybody is ready to rise to because everyone is so excited about getting this vaccine process started.
A once-in-a-lifetime pharmaceutical mission with nothing left to chance. Reporting from Chicago, I'm Usher Qureshi.
Coming up next on the news at 5, graduates of petroleum engineering are having a hard time finding jobs. We take a look at their options until the industry rebounds.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
Welcome back with us. Montana Tech in Butte graduates some of the most promising petroleum engineers in the nation. But the pandemic has created uncertainty for students preparing to enter the field. MTN's Phoenix O'Connor spoke with experts about how graduates can continue to grow their skills while waiting for the industry to rebound.
Olson, the executive director for the Montana Petroleum Association, says 2020 has been a bust for the oil industry.
But I think one of the biggest things where the coronavirus has hit our industry is people aren't traveling. The use of transportation fuels has dropped off drastically.
The downturn has prompted some Montana petroleum engineers who work in places like Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, and Canada to return home to the Treasure State. Josh Cook of Joliet is one of those engineers. He has been looking for work the past year, but he's also exploring other avenues, like being his own boss.
For a petroleum engineer specifically, he's like, what do I do? And it's like, immediately go out, get an LLC, okay? Get on LinkedIn, market yourself.
And if you want to fill out one of those forms, become a limited liability corporation, or better known as an LLC, you need to go to the Montana Secretary of State website.
The state will start you up with an employer identification number, better known as an EIN, and it will cost a nominal fee. Anyone looking to start their own business can also get help from the Montana Small Business Association. They offer advice and classes for things like drafting a business plan. If you are not ready to strike out on your own, Cook suggests continuing your education or professional certifications. Olson adds that graduates ready to work could also consider other work in another industry or industries with overlapping skills.
You know, I think some of the things that are coming down the pike, construction, heavy construction, drillers, roughnecks, in general, they're very capable of getting out there and getting into these kind of jobs. And I would definitely encourage them to look at that.
Lastly, network. Make contacts with people who can help you find work.
Whether you have work or not, okay? And then call these guys once a month, you know, put on a piece of paper, just make sure. So when you do need work, when they do have something coming, make sure that you're accessible to them other than just LinkedIn, that, you know, you're on speed dial on their phone.
In Helena, Phoenix O'Connor, MTN News.
All right, up next, Andy will have one final look at your Friday forecast. Stay with us.
When we welcome our West Coast viewers, the uneven patchwork of COVID testing challenging Americans' patience and in some cases their wallets. Also in our Justice for All series, my interview with a man exonerated and released from prison after 19 years when we see you ahead on Nightly News.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 5.
Learning about music can help math and reading skills. Researchers from the University of Kansas and University of Washington studied 1,000 middle school students. Their research suggests the more students learned about things like pitch, intervals, and meter, the better they understood math and reading. The study authors say the results are important for teachers, but also school districts who oversee budgets for music programs. They hope this will make them think twice before removing music education from schools.
And you might want to think twice about flying a kite this weekend because wind speeds are going to be very strong. 7-day forecast for Helena, 41 miles per hour for the top speeds we're expecting tomorrow, 41 on Sunday. Then things will start to calm down. Temperatures are also going to be very warm across the state. We're talking 40s and 50s on Sunday, along with very high winds around Great Falls. 55 for the expected high wind speed on Sunday, and it could be even higher if you go along the Rocky Mountain front. So it's going to be a windy and very warm weekend.
All right, that's all for us on this Friday evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your night and a wonderful weekend.